Yeah, I mean, since I first basically talked about the album, in my head, I don't even know if it was a full album. It might have actually been an EP at that point. But I've written a lot. I've done a lot more playing. I've become a lot more comfortable than like the last time and stuff. A lot more experiences. Still with the ex-girlfriend and now current girlfriend I have, but that really won't be portrayed on the album. The album is really it's turned into a 14-track concept album that really I believe it perfectly portrays exactly where I was at that moment. It's something that I really put my heart and soul into, and I hope a lot of people really do accept it for what it is, at the same time as being able to like connect with it. I got my own equipment now, and I got upgraded in my heart. Really, I feel like I really came into Sound of a Smirk, and I feel like I can really portray Sound of a Smirk, and even though it's myself, better than I ever have. Become very, very into the music that I play, and including covers and stuff. I learned a lot more songs. A year and a half is a long time, and I think it shows in the way I perceive music, the way I play music, and the way that this album has grown. Because I actually did not start recording it the last time that the last interview and stuff. I had never even stepped foot into a recording process. I tried to seclude myself and just self-produce the whole album. It's really taken shape a lot more than I even thought it would. I cannot thank Derek Quinlan enough for everything that he did with the album art. It is amazing. I had promotional photo shoots and stuff, not really promotional in a sense, but just pre-album release, I guess. Photo shoots for my friend Shelby Scott before I moved and stuff. After that, my mom did a lot of stuff with the album for graphic design, and besides that, I mean, the whole thing is recorded, mixed, produced by me. I really put everything into it, so I hope a lot of people do take that away. Everything on the album was written, I'd say at least 9 months to almost a year ago. Everything was written at least 9 months ago. The newer stuff, I practice guitar a lot, and I've kind of come into that a lot more, and I mess with dynamics a lot of big kind of building up, or kind of like a breakdown of a song just ends up being very loud or very soft compared to everything else. I wrote a fairly decent amount of music that is a little more upbeat in a sense compared to what I wrote. A lot of the stuff on the album was a little melancholy, and recently with finding the girl who I'm dating right now, with my current girlfriend and stuff, she's inspired me a lot to write a lot of new music, and I didn't really try, it just kind of came out. A lot of people who are kind of like into my music and will watch either the YouTube, like my YouTube channel, or I have like a SoundCloud that I try to throw up like songs on. A lot of people who listen to that, they give me a lot of feedback about like, this is some of the best stuff you've written and blah blah blah. They like a lot of the newer music, but I mean, a year and a half you mature quite a bit. Learning from everything that happened, from love to love loss, and then back to love again. It's changed. I'm trying to set up I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with my next project for CDs and stuff. I am pretty positive an EP at least, or a CD maybe. I want the stuff that I wrote afterwards that was more of like the healing music after the breakup. I want that to kind of be in the beginning of the album, or at least the next stuff that I release, because I feel like that was the place I was in. I was really healing and looking at myself, like I was finally realizing that everything would be okay, and kind of letting the blame roll off instead of taking it so hard like I did. So relaxing a little bit was always good, and it helped me write a lot. The writing process was really the most healing thing, whether it was right after the breakup or even a year later. You know what you went through, and to spend so much time on something like a relationship, and develop such a strong relationship, but have it kind of be taken away. It's draining, but it inspired me a lot, and the writing just came flowing after that. Things had to go the way they were. I'm happy now. I'm very, very happy now. Yeah, I've been playing a lot more. I got very used to crowds and stuff, the crowd setting. I'm not really the guy who I don't love to be in front of a crowd, but I feel like my job for playing music is trying to connect with people, and I've had people who send me messages and stuff like that. They tell me that like my songs kind of like inspire them or touch them or whatever. When I hear that, it really, I feel like I'm doing something right. Over the year and a half of in front of an audience, a lot more comfortable in a sense, but I'm still kind of that nervous kid who's every time after I play a song, I'm kind of like fidgeting and touching, and I've become a lot more comfortable, at least with playing my music in front of people. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Maybe in the next song you'll like that kind of thing. I mean, I really do hope that I connect with people, but I write music for myself, and I write music so that hopefully someone out there will kind of be like, I went through this, and I feel that, and it kind of, if it helps me heal, hopefully it can help someone else heal. And that's really what's matured. I mean, a lot of my writing styles and stuff, and even my playing style, and when in front of an audience, I'm more confident in a sense. Like I kind of I play, I know what I want to do, and I just kind of get it done. And I hope that it kind of rubs off on people in a sense of my music kind of touching them, kind of hitting them in the right spot. Really kind of traveling around the parts of New York, the same way that I started in Butler and kind of moved towards Cranberry, Foxburg. I played in a little bit. I even went down to Pittsburgh. I'm kind of trying to get into the scene in Poughkeepsie, which is where I live. I want to move my music, at least. I want to try to get it more down towards the city, and especially hit Brooklyn. I mean, that's born and raised. I really want to kind of bring my music there and let it kind of sit and see how it fares with everything else. I want to kind of go down into Manhattan. I haven't gotten the chance. I'm going to set up some plans actually to at least do some open mics, hopefully book some shows. But I've been doing stuff around Poughkeepsie and like the little areas around. I have a show set up in Poughkeepsie in January, in like the January 7th, so in a little bit over a week. It's exciting because I've never played there as Sound of a Smirk, and it's kind of the stage that like Anthony Green, Jesse Lacey, and Kevin Devine, when they came through, they played on there. Just recently, the Chariot and Listener. It's not the biggest venue, but it's one of the ones that national touring bands come through, and it's kind of cool to know that I'll play on that stage, even if it's not with them. It's cool sharing a stage at least. I've thought about this a lot, and the live show that I'm going to play January 7th, I'm actually playing with a band. It'll be the first time that I really have done this. Recently, when I was actually in Poughkeepsie, I kind of forgot about this, my friend Alan, he played with me on a cajon all the time, just adding this percussion. I kind of moved there, I was trying to settle down, and I met this guy in a music store. And we had a similar liking of brand new and some music. We kind of just started to become friends and trying to find this middle ground of music. And he started playing percussion, and it just flowed so well. It really went together very well. It made my sound grow in a sense. It made Sound of a Smirk grow. And he wasn't exactly a member officially, but he was the closest thing I've ever gotten to having a second member of the band. He was basically in the band because every single time I play, he'd come along and he'd play cajon and had like this tambourine. He had this setup with percussion, and it was just great. And sometimes he'd play guitar, and he's a great guitarist, great guitarist, much better than me. And he kind of switched between the two. It ended up really expanding it, and I got the feel for it, and I kind of wanted to not leave that behind, but I like this solo acoustic kind of stuff. There are songs, even on the album, there's a song where I incorporate bass drum, there's a song where I incorporate bass and lead. I mean, there's like a little bit of a mix in there, and it sounds very I don't want to say it's different from anything else on the album, but it is like a more upbeat feel, and it's a more full feel. Like you said about Bon Iver, the broken sound is something that I fell in love with, and I'm very into that. Even if it's just being loud, there's still that fragile bit of it. It's just a man with his guitar. I mean, that's really what Sound of a Smirk started as, and what it will always continue to be, even if there is expansions on it. With the band, I'm excited, but I don't really know how it's gonna go. The next project might have a little more fuller sounds. It's crazy. Everything that's happened since in a year and a half has been a lot, and despite the hard times that I went through, it was only a relationship. I mean, I kind of got back on my feet, and I feel like I'm in a better place than I've ever been. And without that, this album would not exist. It would not be what it is now. And in a sense, I think me and my ex-girlfriend are in better places now. And my music is in a better place. And I'm ecstatic to be with who I am now. So it's all worked out, and let's just see how it goes.
You would be the filament that burned till I shattered. If my heart were a page, you would be the breath that etched these words. Whoa.